to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, June the 29th, 2021. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, a man is dead after being stabbed in Coffee County on Sunday. The Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce requests full funding from the Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Aldermen, and Tennesseans will no longer receive the federal pandemic unemployment benefits. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
I am tremendously blessed to be living at Parkview and very happy to be part of a loving and caring community.
Best thing you can say is this really a great place to live? That's all there is to it, no doubt about that.
It's your home. You just do what you would if you were at your private home. You know, we love it. It's great.
It's just like having a whole neighborhood around you, and it's fun.
It's just a great place to live.
Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital, Miller Lite, and Michelob Ultra invite you to celebrate America's independence at Fraser McEwen Park in Tullahoma, Saturday, July 3rd. Gates open at 3 p.m. with live music featuring vinyl radio and Six Wire starting at 5, plus a world-class fireworks show at 9:15. This event is free to attend and loaded with food vendors, games, and fun for the whole family. Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital, Miller Lite, and Michelob Ultra wants to see you at the Independence Day celebration, Fraser McEwen Park in Tullahoma, Saturday, July 3rd.
I can think of this wonderful little woman that I had. She said, I can't talk. There's nothing there. And she said, I want my voice back. After the first session, she was loud. I'll never forget this. She said, there's a voice in me still. Whether it's Parkinson's or a stroke or whatever, they are not at the bottom, but they can always get better.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Welcome back. A Hispanic male is dead and another in the Coffee County Jail after an argument allegedly led to a stabbing on Sunday, June 27th at 202 Bryan Boulevard in Coffee County. According to authorities with the Coffee County Sheriff's Department, a Hispanic male identified as Jesus Perez Beltran, age 25, became irate during an argument and allegedly stabbed another Hispanic male in the chest with a knife. A friend transported the stabbing victim to Unity Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. Authorities are not yet prepared to release the victim's name pending notification of family. According to witnesses, after stabbing the victim, Beltran ran through the house and dove through a window, which caused him to drop what is believed to be the murder weapon. Authorities were able to recover the knife by the window. Beltran then ran from his residence on 202 Bryan Boulevard to a residence on Rooster Run Lane, where he was discovered by law enforcement. He was treated by emergency medical services for cuts and injuries sustained from jumping through a window, and then transported to Vanderbilt Harton for treatment of his injuries. He was then transported to Coffee County Jail. He is charged with first-degree murder and being held on $1 million bond. At last week's Lunch and Learn, Mary Ann Scott spoke to the assembled as women's suffrage icon Mary Ransom.
The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or any state on account of sex. Those are powerful, empowering words. It was a battle, long and hard fought. It took over 70 years for women to get the power, the right to vote. Sadly, some of our leaders didn't live long enough to see that happen, like Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton. For myself, I can't think of anything that I would rather have done than to work diligently to be part of this movement. Thank you for asking me here today to talk about my journey. What happened in Tennessee on August the 18th 1920 is so important to all the women everywhere in our country. I got to be part of it. It was wonderful. What's really great is it's just getting started. Just think about everything that is possible now. Who am I and how did I come to be here? It's not long ago, just a few weeks ago, when this momentous event happened. I was born Sarah William Knott. Some of my teachers when I was growing up didn't like it. I went by Will, and I'd abbreviate my papers as won't. I was born just down the road a bit in Shelbyville. We lived there until I was about 20. My father was Samuel, and he started out as a drugstore clerk and ended up being one of those traveling druggist salesperson. He was one of the boys of the road, so a lot of the time we didn't see a lot of him. He was a drummer. So we moved here to Tullahoma, and I married John Marshall Ransom in August of 1900. Our first child was born about a year later, Mary. Then came Lucy a few years later, and finally John Jr. in 1909. A lot of you know M.R. Campbell, who started the first manufacturing plant here in the town, spoke and hub and parts for automobiles and buggies and wagons. John's older sister, Mary, is his wife, so that's how John got his start in business. Once you have children, you start thinking about things if you hadn't already. We women care for our children, but the laws that govern their health, their well-being, are all made by men. We have no say. Where are the child labor laws? Where are the fire safety rules for children who have to work in factories? We want to have a say about our children, but other things too. We want the vote. We want to fix things that are wrong. I'm not as eloquent with my words as some of our leaders, so I'll share some of their words to let you know more about why we want the vote, why we feel as we do. From Susan B. Anthony, it is a downright mockery to talk to women about their enjoyment of the blessings of liberty when they are denied the use of the only means of securing them provided by the Democratic Republican government, the ballot. She also said it was we the people, not we the white male citizens, nor yet we the male citizens, but we the whole people who formed the Union. Men, their rights and nothing more. Women, their rights and nothing less. From Carrie Chapman Catt. The answer to one is the answer to all. Government by the people is expedient or not. If it is expedient, then obviously all people must be included. Elizabeth Cady Stanton. The best protection that any woman can have is courage. From the Nashville area organization, Ann Dallas Dudley said, I have never yet met a man or woman who denied that taxation without representation is tyranny.
And after these messages, we'll be right back.
Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital, Miller Lite, and Michelob Ultra invite you to celebrate America's independence at Fraser McEwen Park in Tullahoma, Saturday, July 3rd. Gates open at 3 p.m. with live music featuring vinyl radio and 6-wire starting at 5, plus a world-class fireworks show at 9:15. This event is free to attend and loaded with food vendors, games, and fun for the whole family. Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital, Miller Lite, and Michelob Ultra wants to see you at the Independence Day celebration, Fraser McEwen Park in Tullahoma, Saturday, July 3rd.
It is wonderful living here. I don't have responsibilities of a house. I don't have all the work that goes with a house. And you can just relax here and be happy.
There's no set thing that you have to do. However, the offerings that they give you, it's wonderful.
I think the biggest thing about Parkview that is most significant to me is that we are family.
To be honest, I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
I checked what the CDC says and spoke with my doctor about the potential side effects. It definitely made me much less anxious. She told me if I have some arm pain or feel tired, that's completely normal as my body builds a defense to the virus.
I was willing to take the vaccine to protect me, my family, and my friends.
Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. In May, Governor Bill Lee announced that the extra federal unemployment aid offered amid the COVID-19 pandemic would not be available in Tennessee starting July 3rd. Weekly payments. Federal pandemic unemployment programs set to end on Saturday include the following: federal pandemic unemployment compensation, which provides for an additional $300 weekly payment to recipients of unemployment compensation; pandemic unemployment assistance, which provides benefits for those who would not usually qualify, such as self-employed, gig workers, and part-time workers; pandemic emergency unemployment compensation, which provides for an extension of benefits once regular benefits have been exhausted; mixed earner unemployment compensation, which provides an additional $100 benefit to certain people with mixed earnings. Unemployment claimants in Tennessee have been required to complete 3 weekly job searches in order to remain eligible for benefits since October 4th, 2020. Any weeks filed before July 3rd that are eligible under federal program requirements will continue to be processed. If you or someone you know is searching for a job, resources can be found on the Tennessee Virtual American Job Center, which allows Tennesseans to research different programs that can help remove barriers to employment so they can more easily re-enter Tennessee's workforce. You can also search the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce job site at jobsfortn.gov. At last night's Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting, Tullahoma Area of Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Hope Sarton Nunley addressed the board after the Chamber's funding from the city was suggested to be cut.
Well, my name is Hope Sarton Nunley, and I live at 100 Daffodil Drive. And as the Executive Director of the Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce, I come before you tonight to simply remind you of the services we provide to the community. TACC is unified with the goals you have set for the City of Tullahoma, assisting in business recovery, welcoming new and returning families and businesses to Tullahoma, and supporting business development and recruitment. We feel we serve in each goal as a support arm of the city. The Chamber serves as both a welcome mat to newcomers and a tourism center for area visitors. Each year, our office staff distributes information to an average of 6,000 people seeking information about Tullahoma. We engage the community and tourists on our web platforms, including our website, social media, and weekly digital newsletters, reaching an audience of over 100,000 people annually. Recently, the state of Tennessee released a limited edition poster celebrating Tennessee's 225th year. The governor designated chambers of commerce as a distribution point for each community, increasing our foot traffic. Each year, the chamber hosts a variety of community events that attract over 16,000 people to our area, including our Women Impacting the Community, Taste of Tullahoma Business Expo, and the community-favorited Tullahoma Christmas Parade, just to name a few. We host a total of 30 events throughout the year, with only one being member exclusive. While we are a membership-based organization, we serve a much larger audience and are welcoming to current and future members. Many of the efforts we champion and lead at the Chamber have a direct impact on driving the economy of Tullahoma. Specific programs include our Shop Local initiative, ribbon cuttings, and a variety of networking events and opportunities throughout the year that allow business leaders a chance to make the most impact with their time, attending events with a crowd of people eager and ready to make connections. Like the other organizations that receive a portion of the hotel motel tax, we know the Tullahoma Chamber is vital to our community. We sincerely appreciate the continued support of the Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said.
We'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we find. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop-top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. And I grow and get bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash junking up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and he is us.
Welcome back. Tisha Fritz read a letter from Beverly Lee to the Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Aldermen that asked the board to continue funding the Tullahoma area of Chamber of Commerce at previous levels.
Tisha Fritz, 705 Bragg Circle. I will use my time to read the comments prepared by Beverly Lee. Dear Mayor Noes and City Council members, I would like to express my sincere appreciation for all the accomplishments, events, activities, training, and publications that are the work of the Tullahoma Chamber of Commerce. The tireless work of the two staff person entity that is absolutely incredible. After spending months planning the sponsorship programs at the Chamber of Commerce and Dream Tullahoma in support of our active duty military guardsmen and veterans, as well as AEDC employees to honor their commitments to our community, the overwhelming response from the leaders at AEDC and the contractors to the Tullahoma Chamber of Commerce has been overwhelmingly positive for community relations. Without a robust commitment to the only nonprofit entity conducting business retention programs, especially during COVID, training and marketing assistance to businesses and other area nonprofits, the City of Tullahoma's economic engine would have suffered. I've watched firsthand how the Executive Director has given valuable feedback to the Tullahoma Area Economic Development Corporation, not only at the monthly meetings, but on call, how she has played an instrumental part of the TVA Innovation Program meetings, streetscape meetings, transportation meetings, welcomed thousands of business leaders at events throughout the year, held hundreds of events and activities each year. Yes, hundreds of events, activities, and programs each and every year. With AEDC having its 70th anniversary throughout the year, the Chamber of Commerce has sponsored even more programs and more in store. As I look back and see the city and the TAEDC revamp their websites, one of the best websites for our outsiders and future businesses to get an accurate, visually exciting, and comprehensive information about Tullahoma has been the Chamber of Commerce website. And yet, they are striving to make it even better and have an RFP out to update and make their website, and the process is now underway. The Chamber has been a shining light in our community. I'm firmly against taking any funding away from the Chamber of Commerce request line item in the budget. They not only serve their members and local nonprofits, just like the Hands-On Science Center, the Tullahoma Art Center, and the South Jackson Street Civic Center, serve their members. They serve everyone in our community. Yes, everyone. They provide benefits no other entities do in this city and develop our future business leaders and a robust business network. I look forward to working with them in the future as the quality of their work is first rate and they are one of the most important pieces to our community's heart and soul. Thank you.
We'll be right back with more News Leader after this messages.
We tend to lose our motivation when we have something that's chronic, but you've got to do what you can early on as you can. After I'd exercise like that, I would have a lot of energy to do housework or whatever I needed. Well, I would recommend it highly to anyone at any degree of Parkinson.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hello, I'm Ray Norris, Mayor of Tullahoma. I want to thank the citizens of Tullahoma who've been following CDC guidelines for helping prevent the spread of COVID-19. You've been wearing your mask, you've been getting your vaccinations, and I'll tell you, it's working. Today, our positivity rate is less than 5%. That's the lowest it's been since the earliest days of our pandemic. So, now I want to urge each of you to continue to follow these guidelines, and together, let's get this pandemic behind us and get our country back to the old normal where we need to be. Thank you.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Welcome back. Some taxpayers have begun receiving additional payments from the IRS. These payments are due to changes to the return as a result of non-taxable unemployment. The American Rescue Plan Act, passed in mid-March, made the first $10,200 of 2020 unemployment exempt from tax, subject to income limits. At that time, millions of returns had already been filed showing the unemployment income is taxable. Unemployment adjustments are being made automatically by the IRS for returns affected by this change. The IRS began recalculating returns and processing the adjustments in late May and will continue working through the returns affected throughout the summer. The IRS has said they will process the adjustments in a phased approach, with the first adjustments being for single taxpayers with no dependent related credit. They will continue to work through other returns in a phased approach. It is usually not necessary to file a corrected return for the exclusion of unemployment. However, if the return is newly eligible for a credit due to the unemployment becoming non-taxable, an amended tax return is needed to claim the credit. For example, if the return was not eligible for earned income credit due to income phase-out, but with the reduction in income due to non-taxable unemployment, it becomes eligible for earned income credit. The Taxpayer will need to file an amended tax return to claim the credit. Approximately 30 days after the return is adjusted by the IRS, the taxpayer will receive a notice explaining the change. Taxpayers should keep any notices they receive to verify that the adjustment was correct. In most cases, amounts that are refunded due to the adjustment will be sent to direct deposit account on the 2020 return, or a paper check will be mailed to the return address. And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Tullahoma Mayor Ray Noaes, Lyle Russell from Tullahoma's Parks and Rec, and we'll hear from local representatives of the National Association of Mental Health. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us. We'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's going to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
The food at Parkview, well, I haven't had a bad meal there yet.
The food at Parkview is absolutely scrumptious. I mean, it is really good. It's just like home cooking.
And then there are the cookies. Oh my, they bake cookies every day, and they are super.
The food is truly incredible, and it's like being on a cruise ship.
Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital, Miller Lite, and Michelob Ultra invite you to celebrate America's independence at Fraser McEwen Park in Tullahoma, Saturday, July 3rd. Gates open at 3 p.m. with live music featuring vinyl radio and 6-wire starting at 5, plus a world-class fireworks show at 9:15. This event is free to attend and loaded with food vendors, games, and fun for the whole family. Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital, Miller Lite, and Michelob Ultra wants to see you at the Independence Day celebration, Fraser McEwen Park in Tullahoma, Saturday, July 3rd.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 2012 at 105 degrees. The record low was in 1938 at 53 degrees. Average high for this day is 87, and the average low is 67. There's a 30% chance of storms for tonight with a low of 68. 50% chance of storms for Wednesday with a high of 86 and a low of 68. And heavy rain is expected for Thursday with a high of 84 and a low of 67. And that's our News Leader Report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader on 6. Stay safe and have a great evening.